So you see that this is the characteristics equation a n z to the power n a n minus 1 like this. Okay. So how we will form the Jury's array? Sure. Oh, এত দেরি করলে। This is the adding z to the power 0, z to the power 1, z to the power 2, like this, z to the power n. So first row of the Jury's arrays will be decided from the coefficient of the characteristics equation. You see, z to the power 0 means constant term. This is a0, z to the power 0. Like this, associated coefficient with power z1, a1, a2, a n minus k like an. And the second row will be the reverse order of the first row. A0, an, there a0, a1 will be here, an minus 1 is this. So first two rows can be constructed, can be formed from the characteristics equation provided or derived. Then computation will start from B, third row. Similarly, B0, B1, B2, like this, one term will be reduced for each two row, Bn minus 1, Bn minus 1 to B0, C0, Cn minus 2, here n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 2, up to this term when,
Sir, this is different from Rao-Thurwich test.
yes, completely different, but uh, Rao-Hurwitz test is actually applicable for S domain, okay, for finite order polynomial. Even which calling now, uh, you are not present earlier, no?
Sir, I am present, sir.
Okay, so I have already discussed. Okay, actually, Rao-Hurwitz criteria is applicable for S domain. It's Rao-Hurwitz criteria. Basically, it is a mathematical criteria which finds the root of the polynomial, position of the roots of the polynomial. In case of continuous part or the continuous control system or linear time invariant system, we have seen that if the characteristics equation is expressed as a finite order polynomial of S, then by applying Rao-Hurwitz criteria, we can predict, we can tell that whether any of its roots lies right side of the left, sorry, S plane or not. Actually, position of the roots is identified. But in case of Z domain, you see that if we express the characteristics equation as a polynomial of z, so natural question will be why we are not able to apply the Rao-Hurwitz criteria to find the roots of z. So in case of Rao-Hurwitz criteria, it indicates the roots whether is the left of S plane or right of S plane. But in that is the boundary region of continuous domain. But in discrete domain, the stability boundary is a unit circle. So if we replace S as a Z in Rao-Hurwitz criteria, we cannot conclude whether the system will be stable or not based on the result of the Hurwitz. Do you understand? Because stability boundary in the S domain is left half, but stability boundary in the Z domain is unit circle. So that is why S Rao-Hurwitz criteria is not directly applicable for discrete data control system. I have already discussed the reason, two reasons. One reason is that the characteristics equation or transfer function of the discrete time system can be expressed as a polynomial of s due to the presence of various term. Second reason is that even if we express the characteristics equation as a polynomial, that is polynomial of z, since z domain boundary, that means stability boundary of the discrete time system in z domain and stability boundary of the continuous system in the s domain is different. That's why we cannot apply Rautharis criteria. Okay. So similar, this is more or less similar mechanical way we can check the stability of the system. So this is a procedure just like in case of Rautharis criteria, when you are studying the Rautharis criteria, I you never ask what is the group of Rautharis criteria. This is mechanical way we can find it and conclusion from it we can decide whether the root lies on the left up or right up, like this. Here also in jury space, by applying this jury space, we can conclude that the root lies within the unit circle or outside of the unit circle.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So first two rows will come from the coefficient of the characteristic equation. From third onward, we have to calculate terms one by one with the formula like this: k at k equal to 0 to n minus 1. You see that a from a0 to an, b0 to an minus 1. Similarly, k, any value of k0 to n minus 1. bk, any, suppose b0, a0, an, a0. How we will find this? What is b0? a0, an, and an a0. Determinant of a0, an a0. What is b1? a0, an, and an minus 1, a1. You see the formula here, b1, a0, an minus 1, a1, like this. Similarly, ck equal to b0, bn minus 1. 1 by 1, this will be minus 1, next minus 2, okay, minus 3. If you just carefully observe this Jury's formation, there is a j term, there is a rho term. You see b n minus 1, this is a 1 n minus 1, this is 2 n minus 2. When you just calculate any coefficient in the say bk is a0 an n minus k. Here n minus previous j number is 0, n minus 0 minus k. B C previous j value is 1, n minus 1 minus k. D previous j value is 2, like n minus 2. Okay, you see that B previous value 0, C previous value 1, D previous value 2. Similarly, M root previous value is n minus 3. Okay. হ্যাঁ আমি পরে করব, হ্যাঁ আমার ক্লাস হচ্ছে। The last value of j n minus 2, we have corresponding term is m0, m1, m2. You say mk equal to its previous value n minus 3. L0, L n minus 3 minus k, n minus n minus 3, like this, n minus lk. Basically mk equal to L0, L3, L3 minus k, lk. L3 minus K. This is a mechanical way. It is not. It is very simple, though it looks very complex. Or you may uh, see that there are so many coefficients you have to calculate. Actually, that depends on the order of the polynomial or characteristics equation. If it is a third order polynomial, you see that only 0, 1, 2, and 3. Three terms will be there. So like this, 0, 1, 2, 3. So first two rows will come from the polynomial. Only one row you have to calculate, because the once you calculate this row next row is a reverse order of the previous row, isn't it? So which is a fourth order, so only one row will be extra. Now after that, after forming this Jury's array, we have to check the n minus 1 constant. What are the constants? The sufficient condition for stability. A0, value of A0 modulus less than An. B0 greater than Bn minus 1. In this way, M0 greater than n minus 2. So, natural question is that do we need to uh, calculate or compute all the coefficient of the Jury's array? No. Actually, the procedure for testing the Jury's stability criteria, first check the necessary condition. If necessary condition is fulfilled, the necessary condition is fulfilled, then only you can move to the Jury's array part. Again, you will add one by one array to the Jury's table. First, from two rows can be formed from the Jury's from the characteristics equation. Then you calculate form the third row. Suppose B0, B1 like this. If we find and after adding each row, you just apply this sufficient condition. You just after forming the B row, you just check whether B0, value of B0 greater than B minus 1. If this is not satisfied, then you need not compute further any coefficients. At this point, you can conclude that the system is unstable since it does not satisfy the sufficient condition. That means the system has one or more roots outside of the unit circle. Do you understand? So this is not very laborious, though it looks like this. Actually, you add one by one, you compute one array, then you apply the corresponding constants. If it is valid, then you go for next array. If it is valid, then next, in this way. And it at any array, at any moment, if we find the constants are not satisfied, at this moment, at this point, you can conclude the system is unstable due to the presence of roots outside of the unit circle, one or more roots. This is the process of Jury's test. Okay, some examples are there. This problem, say, consider the system described by this. This is the difference equation. From this difference equation, we can form the this is output, this is output, this is input. So output by input is the transfer function. You can form now fz, the characteristics equation. This is the denominator roots. You have to find the roots of the transfer function. Fz equal to this. So f1, just apply the necessary condition f1, f of minus 1, like this, condition is satisfied. Plus f of minus 1 equal to 0. You see that it's 0 means there is a root on the unit circle. So system may be critically stable or marginally stable. So you need to further check the Jury's array. By calculating this Jury's array, you can find that one condition will be not satisfied. Satisfied. So all satisfied. Okay. So this is a stable one system. Okay. Critically stable system. Since one roots lies on the. This example is given in the Ogata book. I have sent you the this chapter. I think chapter 4. Okay, you will find this problem and other problems also there. Example. Do you understand how to check the stability of a discrete system in the Z domain using Jury's test? If you are asked to check the stability using Jury's test, you have to apply this. Otherwise, there is other method. We can apply Raoult-Harris criteria, but before that, we have to transform the Z domain into another complex domain whose left half plane corresponds to the unit circle. In that case, we can apply the Raoult-Harris criteria. This is the process called bilinear transformation. Uh, Stability by using bilinear transformation. So this is simple process. First, you just find the characteristics equation. If it is given, then it's okay. Otherwise, you have to derive it. After that, check the necessary condition. If necessary condition is satisfied, then form the Jury's array. One by one array you add, test the constant satisfied or not. If not satisfied at any moment, then you can conclude. If it is satisfied at any row, then you will move for the next row like this. In this way, you can check the stability of the discrete system in the Z domain. So another method I have already told you, the stability analysis by using bilinear transform. Here we can use the Raoult-Harris criteria. You see that why in the previous case we cannot use directly the Raoult-Harris criteria because of the fact that stability boundary in Z domain and S domain is different. Actually, Raoult-Harris criteria in general finds the roots of a polynomial expressed in a complex plane, say, and in general S, maybe R, maybe W, whether its roots lies on the left half or right half. This is the outcome of Raoult-Harris criteria actually. S may be other complex variable R, maybe W or like this. So that is why somehow, if somehow we can transform the stability boundary. Stability boundary means the unit circle in the discrete domain. Sorry. To another complex domain, complex plane whose left half plane represents the unit circle, then we can easily apply the Raoult-Harris criteria for testing the stability of the discrete time system. So this is the simple bilinear transformation that can be used to fulfill this purpose. That means unit circle can be transformed to the new, that means left half of R plane. R is a complex variable. R is a Z minus 1, Z plus 1 is a bilinear transform because both numerator and denominator is a linear polynomial, linear term, Z minus 1, Z plus 1, bilinear 2. This is linear, this is also linear. So from this simplification, this is the transformation r equal to z minus 1, where r is a new complex variable. Our objective is to map the unit circle in the z plane to the left half of r plane. Then we can convert the characteristics equation expressed in terms of z to the corresponding equation expressed in terms of r. So z equal to, by simplification, 1 plus r, 1 minus r is a complex variable. Now see how this transformation can map the unit circle to the left half of r plane. On the unit circle in the z plane, we know that z equal to j theta. Its magnitude is 1 always, and theta varies anti-clockwise from minus pi to pi through 0. Now r equal to, replace the value of z, e to the power j theta minus 1. This, by simplification, this will be tan hyperbolic j theta by 2, j tan theta by 2. Basically, that is omega r equal to tan theta by 2. You see that r, here sigma r plus j omega r, you just equate the real and imaginary parts, sigma equal to 0 and omega r equal to tan theta by 2. That means in the unit circle in the z plane represents the imaginary axis of the r plane, because you see that theta varies from minus pi to pi through 0, when omega r varies from minus infinity to infinity through 0. That means this is the unit circle, say minus pi to pi in the z domain. This unit circle is mapped to the imaginary axis of the r plane. Now, what will happen with any point within the unit circle? You know that any point within the unit circle, its magnitude is less than 1. So z equal to, you see by simplification, z equal to 1 plus r by 1 minus r. So put this value, 1 plus r, 1 minus r is magnitude less than 1. Calculate magnitude. After simplification, you see that omega r less than 0. Since we consider any arbitrary point, that is any, for any arbitrary point, this condition is valid, z always less than 1. That is why any point within the unit circle lies on the left half of the r plane, because sigma r less than 0 negative. So that proves that this transformation proves that the unit circle and the z plane represents the left half of the r plane, including the imaginary axis. Now we can easily apply the Routh-Harris criteria to a polynomial expressed in terms of r. This is just similar to the case of s. If we replace s by r, then same situation, same procedure can be followed. So how we will find the polynomial in terms of r? Now replace the value of z in the characteristics equation of the discrete time system. So this is the characteristics equation, a n z to the power n, like this. So a n value, put the value, replace the value of z, 1 plus r, 1 minus r to the power n. Since it is a bilinear transformation, mapping, linear mapping, so resultant, say, final equation polynomial will be also power of n. Okay, so coefficient here n, the coefficient bn will be different of n. Now this polynomial, that means characteristics equation expressed in z, now converted to the polynomial or characteristics equation expressed in terms of r. What is the difference between these two variables? In Z domain, stability boundary is a unit circle, but this stability boundary is mapped to the left half of R plane. Now we can apply the Routh-Harris criteria to the R plane. Okay. So Routh-Harris criteria cannot be directly applied. If we want to apply it, then stability boundary should be the corresponding to the unit circle should be mapped to a suitable complex plane representing its left half plane, left half complex new complex plane R like this. Okay, so one example is that say this is the discrete. This is a sampler, so discrete time system. So gz equal to unity feedback, gz by gz equal to 5 by s into s plus 1 like this. Approach application is characteristic equation 1 plus gz since unity feedback. So if we simplify it, we'll find that it looks like this. This is in terms of R. You see that there is a sign change in the characteristic equation. The change in sign of the characteristic polynomial means the system will be unstable. So this is the condition in case of Raoult-Harris also. Raoult-Harris, before testing the Raoult-Harris criteria, first we have to check whether any coefficient is a negative, if there is any coefficient negative or not. If there is a negative coefficient, we can conclude the system is unstable. Here you see that the in the new plane R domain complex plane, the polynomial expressed in terms of R, the coefficient as a negative term 0.25. That is why it is unstable. But you see that the same system, if there is no sampler here, this is a simple continuous system. This transfer function 1 plus gs like this by this. Its characteristics equation will be 1 plus gs this. So s cube plus 3s squared 2s plus 5 equal to 0. This is Raoult-Harris array table. S cube s square s1 0 1 2 and 3 5 9 1 z 0 5. What does it indicate? This indicates that continuous system a stable one, but discrete. Once we introduce a sampler with sampling period t equal to 1, the system becomes unstable. This example again justify or indicates that sampling process has the destabilizing effect. Okay, the stable system may be unstable due to the sampling, and during sampling process I have shown you that if the sampling period is t, then there is a additional delay introduced is t by 2. So if the value of t is sufficiently large, then there is a possibility that a system in the continuous domain will be unstable in the discrete domain, because time delay introduces additional lag. That means phase margin will be reduced, and eventually when with increasing t value sampling period at a particular threshold value, it will remain stable, but beyond that it will be unstable. Okay, so by using bilinear transform, what we have to do, if you are given a bilinear transformation, maybe different bilinear transformation is available through which we can map the unit circle to the left half of the new plane. So, so then what we have to do, first find the characteristics equation of the discrete time system, replace the z value with the expression of the new complex variable, then simplify it, find the polynomial or characteristics equation with the new complex variable, then apply Raoult-Harris criteria. Then just decision will be same as that of the Raoult-Harris criteria. If there is any sign change in the first column, then there is a rule outside of the new variable, or which term indicates that there is a rule outside of the unit circle. If suppose in case of Rauthavi criteria, you find any row, all the elements of a row is zero, then you know that you have to auxiliary equation you have to form, and then you have to continue all any term zero, then you can replace a very small term, you can continue. This is known to you about the practices around this, right? Same procedure is applicable, but before applying the outside criteria for different systems, you have to transform the you have to use suitable transform that will have made circle the left and এটা short এটা stability হলো stability part practice with examples. You can find it in part of okay. বুঝতে পারা গেল? Do you understand?
হ্যাঁ স্যার ঠিক আছে।
ঠিক আছে, তাহলে আমি এটাকে
কি স্যার জুরির
বলো
ইমিডিয়েশন আছে কোনো স্যার?
কোনটার বলো?
এই স্যার স্টেবিলিটি জুরি স্টেবিলিটি।
Jury's limitation, jury test can be applied for say suppose if you express the characteristics equation in terms of z, then you can easily apply it. Okay, even if the coefficient, actually you see that there are two tests, Roux and Kohn and Jury's test. Actually physically realizable systems will have the characteristics equation with real coefficient. That means all these A's are real. In that case, Jury's computation will be less compared to Schur-Kohn. That is why Jury's test is preferred. For practical system, this coefficient is supposed to be real. For complex, if the coefficient becomes complex, then you can also use this Jury's test and Schur-Kohn test also. But computation depends on the order of the polynomial. Okay. Actually, Schur-Kohn test has not been discussed in most of the book due to this fact that we are discussing digital control system or the real system. So real systems is polynomial characteristics equation will have the real coefficient. That is why Jury's test is popular. So in otherwise there is no constraint. Okay. দেখতে একটু জটিল মনে হলো, এটা সহজ, একটু লেবার আছে, জাস্ট কম্পিটিশন। ইফ যদি তোমাদের এরকম ধরো ফোর্থ অর্ডার হয়, if the polynomial is fourth order, then computation is not too much. 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, that means first two 3 rows you have to construct. First 2 rows, then this row, then before that third, fourth order, there is a term of L4 like this. Or যদি if you just like a simple observation from the pulse transfer function or characteristics equation, you can find that the roots are simple roots whose all the values are less than 1 magnitude, then you can conclude the system is a stable one. You need not go for laborious other tests like Jury's or bilinear transformation. এইবার so আচ্ছা এটা I have already sent you all these notes. You can I think there will be no problem. You can read it carefully. Very simple procedure there. You, to study the steady state behavior of the discrete time system in Z domain. Okay, steady state behavior, steady state analysis of discrete data control system. You see the typical unity feedback sample data control system. This is a plant. You know, this is a sampler will be followed by zero order hold. This is zero order hold. This is a sampler. You may find that there is a controller, proportional controller with unity gain. So this is a proportional control may be considered with unity gain like this. So here in continuous domain, error is RT minus output CT, but in discrete domain, sample value E start T equal to R start T minus C, the sample error. Now in sampled value at a particular instant K, EKT equal to RKT minus CKT. This is the error. Now steady state error is a start on a discrete domain. T tends to infinity, ET means K tends to infinity, EKT. Means in final value theorem, Z tends to 1 minus Z inverse EZ. Okay. Now, what is the pulse transfer function? Cz by Rz equal to Gh Gpz by 1 plus Gh Gpz, because in between hold, there is a hold and plant, so Gh Gpz as a whole, not Gz and Gpz. Gh Gpz, so Cz equal to this, Ez equal to Rz minus Cz. So Rz by, put the value of Cz here, then Rz by 1 plus Gz after simplification. Now the expression for steady state error is Z tends to 1 minus Z inverse Rz by 1 plus Gh This equation shows that the steady state error of discrete system also depends, just like continuous its continuous counterpart, type of input R and type of plant GP. You know, while studying steady state error in continuous domain, we have considered type 0, type 1, type 2 like system. Here also we will consider different type of system and different type of different kind of inputs, that means step input, ramp input or velocity input, and parabolic input or acceleration input. Here also